There was a moment when Southwest Florida felt like the new horizon of possibility. The beaches, the breeze, the escape, it all beckoned. And when the world shut down, people believed they could move here, live differently, free themselves from the old rules. Then everything changed. Remote work became real. A 9-to-5 in a cubicle was no longer mandatory. Homes in Naples, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Sarasota, they weren't just vacation properties anymore. They became sanctuaries. The race was on. The demand was insatiable. Families packed up. Movers rolled down I-75 laden with boxes, kayaks, dreams. For many, the promise was simple: no state income tax, more space, sunshine always. Bidding wars erupted. People offered sight unseen. Listings vanished before they hit the MLS. The Gulf Coast, once quiet, shimmered with possibility. But markets that rise fast can also fall fast. By mid-2025, the signs were there. In Naples alone, home prices plunged nearly 20% year over year, the steepest drop in the state. Realtors who once promised double-digit gains now spoke in whispers of comps, reductions, uncertainty. Open houses once buzzing with interest dissolved into silent tour. Homes lingered for weeks, sometimes months. The dream turned fragile. To understand why, we must look deeper, beyond prices, into the forces rattling the foundation. First, there's insurance. What once was a manageable cost is now often a decisive factor. In many parts of Southwest Florida, premiums have exploded from a few $1,000s to $10,000, $15,000, even $20,000 or more, especially on coastal and beachfront homes. Some homeowners see rate hikes so steep they can't close deals. Others are dropped altogether. The burden falls heaviest on those already stretched. Nationally, about 6.1% of U.S. homes are considered at severe or extreme flood risk, representing nearly $3.4 trillion in property value. In Florida, that burden is concentrated in the Cape Coral Fort Myers area. Nearly 46.1% of the total home market is considered at severe flood risk, just one factor pushing premiums higher. Meanwhile, median premium to market value ratios in high-risk Florida markets are among the highest in the U.S. But insurance is just one piece of the puzzle. There's the climate risk itself. Hurricane Ian altered the map of risk. Flood models were redrawn. Many coastal zones now carry a 98% chance of severe flooding over 30 years. Lenders flag these risks, insurers retreat, buyers balk. And that, sea level rise, stronger storms, saltwater intrusion, all press down on property values like invisible weight. Analysts estimate that by 2050, affected Florida properties could lose 15% to 35% of their value just from climate exposure. And today's flood zones, based on outdated maps, may underestimate exposure. First Street models suggest millions of homes, worth nearly $3.4 trillion, face future flood risk not captured in older maps. Realtor. So buyers don't just pay for square footage anymore. They pay for risk. Risk built into insurance costs, risk built into climate trends, risk that shifts neighborhood comparables downward. Add to that rising interest rates. The ultra-low rates of 2020 to 2021 were a tailwind. Now, a 30-year mortgage at 6% or more eats deeply into what buyers can afford. Stretch too far and the monthly payment becomes untenable. Many who bought at the top are now underwater. Their mortgage exceeds what their home can fetch. Then there's new construction incentives. Builders understand the pressure. They bundle perks, price buy-downs, appliance packages, closing credits, interest rate assistance. New homes with modern codes, warranties, upgraded windows, energy features, they begin to outshine resales. Over time, resale homes are forced to match or be ignored entirely. In neighborhoods, every listing matters. Each price cut redefines comps downward. Resales that once flew off the market now sit, waiting. Sellers chase the market down, hoping to catch a bear willing to jump. Some can't wait. Divorce, relocation, carrying costs force cuts. Others cling, burdened by the math. There's also a lock-in effect. Many longtime owners locked in ultra-low mortgages to 3%, even lower. They don't want to sell because if they sell, they must re-enter at much higher rates. So they stay, even as values decline around them. That reduces supply turnover, movement freezes. The market loses liquidity, and some can't even insure their homes. When private insurers pull back, Homeowners are forced into state-backed insurer of last resort policies, often with limited coverage and high premiums. Others are left uninsured, risking everything with the next storm. At the same time, inland markets, Ocala, Gainesville, parts of Central Florida, tell a different story. Their advantage, they aren't drowning in coastal risk. They escape the worst of flood zones, hurricane surges, coastal insurance penalties. Demand has slowed there too, but not crushed. In some places, modest gains persist while coastal markets tremble. But even as the pain is greatest at the shore, the ripple effects extend inward. Builders who can't sell coastal products may shift inland. Buyers priced out on the coast may look elsewhere. The shock waves are spreading. And that brings us to psychology, the shift in mentality. Before, buyers chased FOMO. I'm going to miss out now. They fear catching a falling knife. Media reports of skyrocketing insurance, collapsed deals, canceled closings. These headlines pile on caution. Buyers pause, sellers wait, markets stall. Take the case of a middle-income family in Fort Myers who bought a home at peak prices. They financed aggressively, expecting continuing appreciation. Today, they see their neighbors' homes drop in value. They received an insurance quote double what they anticipated. They wonder, do we sell now and take a loss, or hold and hope? Across neighborhoods, resale homes sit with for sale signs collecting rain. Realtors shuffle flyers, showings dwindle. Price reductions mount. Every week unsold equals mounting anxiety. Condo markets suffer extra strain. Condo complexes often require large renovations for structural or safety work. The costs fall on owners via assessments. Insurance gets more expensive. HOA fees soar. Bonuses and incentives don't apply. Buyers avoid uncertain liabilities. The backlog increases. Some complexes are labeled uninsurable. Owners scramble to offload units or hold on to ghost towns. In many Florida metros, inventory has surged to levels not seen in years. Listings flood the market. In Florida, more than 170,000 active listings at once, the highest since records began. Condos are overrepresented in that surplus, especially near the coast. That surge isn't random, it's built on the intersection of overbuilding, exploding costs, cooling demand. The same land development boom that tried to meet pandemic-era demand is now part of the oversupply problem. And therein lies the structural question. Is this just a cyclical correction or a permanent repricing? Optimists say the Florida allure, sun, no state income tax, migration remains real. They argue this is a deep reset. Once rates ease, insurance stabilizes, properties rebound. But more cautious voices see deeper change. Climate risk, insurance instability, and shifting beer psychology may not revert. Coastal properties now carry an embedded penalty. The coastal premium, once baked into prices, may no longer exist. The market is revaluing what coastline means under new threats. We already see it in the data. In some coastal markets, prices have dropped significantly more than inland peers. Builders push inland, buyers hedge, insurers pull back. The cost curve is steep and steepening. So here's where we stand. The coastline still glows with sunlight, but the glow of easy gains is gone. For sellers, the question now is tough. Do you slash, wait, or walk away? Each path has peril. Discounts must factor in mounting repair, retrofit, insurance risk. You might sell, but at a lower baseline, wait, but risk deeper declines. Or somewhere in between, you negotiate with teeth drawn. For buyers brave enough to wade in, you have the upper hand. You negotiate concessions, repairs, closing credits, extended inspections. You filter for structurally sound homes, elevated lots, newer codes. And you measure risk, not just aesthetics. For investors, the calculus has changed. Coastal flips may require built-in resilience, flood mitigation, storm hardening, insurance strategies. Inland baits may offer safer yields. The arbitrage shifts from location alone to location plus climate. In the end, the question facing Southwest Florida isn't just will the market recover? It's will the coastline still command the value it once did? Under a new world of storms, risk, and uncertainty, the answer is no longer certain. The sun still shines, but the cost of paradise has grown steeper. And families, homeowners, sellers, and buyers now ask a different question. Is it worth it?